The United States has begun reconnaissance flights over Syria to track Islamic State jihadists, but insists it has no plans to coordinate with Syria on targeting the militants. It's also been revealed that President Assad's ally, Iran, has supplied weapons and ammunition to Iraqi Kurdish forces battling the IS fighters in northern Iraq. Well, I'm joined now by Arash Aramesh, national security analyst in San Francisco in California. Welcome to Sky News. First of all, can I ask you, can the US safely carry out airstrikes in Syria without cooperating with the Assad regime, given Syria's sophisticated air defense system?
I mean, Saddam Hussein had sophisticated air defense systems as well, but they are no match for American air power. That's one thing. But we don't want to send our pilots into harm's way without making sure that what we were trying to achieve in a limited capacity is going to put them in enormous danger. So if there is going to be any sort of American involvement through air power over Syria, I would assume that Mr. Assad is at the very least not going to engage American aircraft over his airspace. If you listen to Walid Muallim, the Syrian foreign minister's speech yesterday, he welcomed the idea of fighting terrorists with the United States and with other countries. Now, the Syrian government has framed its civil war, for the most part, as a war between the Syrian regime in Damascus and terrorists. We do know that a good chunk of these guys, these jihadis fighting in Syria, are terrorists, but there is a legitimate opposition to Assad's rule in Syria as well. So we've got to be careful with that. There definitely is an element of danger, but again, let's not forget that American military hardware is unmatched and unrivaled around the world. So I would worry to some extent about Syrian defense systems, but it's not going to paralyze us for carrying out reconnaissance and later bombing missions over Syria.
Well, moving from the United States to Iran's, America's long-sworn enemy, what's the significance of Iran supplying arms to the Kurds in Iraq?
Iran is trying to consolidate its position in Iraq because the former Iraqi government was very close to Iran. The current, the sort of prime minister designate, Mr. Abadi, is very close to Iran. Iran has also had very good ties with the two big Kurdish parties of Iraq, the Patriotic Union and the Kurdish Democratic Party. So one belongs to Mr. Barzani, the regional sort of leader, president of the Kurdish regional government, and the other to Jalal Talabani, the former president of Iraq. Iran has had good ties with both parties. Why? Because Iran used the Kurds and these two Kurdish parties who were fighting against Saddam Hussein's rule over Iraq. So Iran is trying to provide these weapons to do a couple of things. First and foremost, to fill the vacuum and the gap of our absence, American and Western absence, that to this point we have not yet delivered the exact amount of equipment these guys need. That's one thing. Second, Iran is also worried about its own Kurdish population. Iran doesn't want Iranian Kurds, who are now in Iraqi Kurdistan, to fight along Iraqi Kurds, fight ISIS. And that is why Iran is providing something to the Iraqi Kurds, however, also making threats not to let Iranian Kurds fight alongside Iranian Kurds. I'm sorry, Iraqi Kurds. Even I get confused.
It's very complicated, I know. Arash Aramesh, thank you very much for talking to us here at Sky News.